Hi, welcome back to the channel. What I'm going to do today, a bit of review on Royal Enfield navigation tripper, this here. Right, let's have a look. Now I've got the app downloaded in my phone. We'll head for home. Now we'll see whether it's going to link up. It's a pain that every time you turn it off, it disconnects itself. So you get directions. Navigate. No. Phone is not connected with motorcycle. Tap on the helmet icon to connect via Bluetooth. Scanning in process. Please turn off and on the ignition to connect the tripper. On. Off. On. Off. Are we connected? Nope. This is one of the things I don't like about this. I've got a beeline, and yeah, we're connected now. I've got a beeline, and it seems a lot better than this. A lot better. Navigate.
Continue on Towel. Climb and Oritski. Follow the route for in 550 meter.
Right. Turn that off. Now, one of the things I don't like about this, you've got to be constantly connected to your phone. It says Bluetooth, but I can't get it to run on Bluetooth, and never have done. So anyway, we'll see how we get on with it. The positives I like about this, instead of the Bluetooth, is this is bigger, obviously. I like that the arrows are coloured. This is showing red at the minute, because that means that I'm within 500 metres of a turning where it wants me to turn. So right, let's go see how it goes on. Right. Now, one of the faults I've had with it is it flattens the battery on my phone in no time at all. Now, it's telling me to go left. I want to actually go right. So it should readjust itself. Yeah, it flattens my battery in no time at all, which is no good. You know, I've got USB ports on my bike, so I could charge my phone up, but if I've got to have my phone plugged in to keep the charge in it, might as well put it on here on the quad lock and use Google Maps. Well, I don't understand why it doesn't work efficiently enough. I suppose that's the word. The actual system itself is pretty good, I think, because I'm used to using a beeline. If you're used to using your beeline, this is the same. They both work off Google Maps. Right, we're now in the ferry port here. These are the lorries that's all queuing to get on the ferry. Dead busy today again, it's always busy. That there is the Danube. Not the safest setup here, but I suppose there's not a lot else I can do really. It's like this every day of the week. And it must be a nightmare if your lorry driver is at the back of this queue. You're going to be here the best part of the day, I would assume, before you get through. Mind you, it's not quite as long as it usually is. There's a petrol station up here. I've seen it about another 2 or 3 kilometres past the petrol station. Right, back to the tripper. At the moment we're showing 15 kilometres before we turn off again. Now the arrow's in yellow, and as I get near to my turn off point it'll turn to red. I admit it, I've only used it a couple of times on here. Mainly the problem is it just flattens my battery on my phone. And it's not my Beeline. I can run my Beeline, which it also needs to be on my phone, but it's got Bluetooth. Now if I lose the signal on my phone, the Bluetooth kicks in. Now this is supposed to be Bluetooth, but if I lose the signal on my phone or it flattens my battery, that's it. Wipes it clean. So it's pretty useless. Plus, because it won't run on Bluetooth the same as the Beeline, I do a lot of riding in the mountains where I lose my phone signal. So if I've lost my phone signal, I've got no navigation trip. It is pretty crap. Danube still. All these huts you see down here, they're all fishermen's huts. They come and they're here most weekends. If they're on holiday from work, they'll spend all the time here for a week or a fortnight just fishing in the Danube. Look, beautiful, isn't it? All the barges on the other side of Romania. That's Romania across there. It's pretty busy today. Anyway, back to the trip. I can't understand nowadays why it's not up to date or works as it does on most bikes. I know the 450, the new Himalayan is out. It's got a round clock here, and you can click a button, and I've seen there you can get a map up like Google Maps. But I did see Itchy Boots riding one, and she was using it, and if she knew that there's like 50 kilometres straight road where you don't turn off, she had to turn the system off because it just killed her phone. That's no good, is it? No. So pretty useless. It's a shame, really. I quite like it. It looks smart on the bike. I like it because it's fixed. Nobody can steal it, and it does work. No, obviously I know where I'm going. I know which roads I'm taking. It does. If you want to go a different route, like it wanted me to go left back up the junction, I turned right. It did readjust itself, so it found its route this way, so that's okay. I just don't like, I can't understand why can't it have built-in Bluetooth, or really, why can't it have a system on this that even if you had to put a SIM card in it, it could then use its own signal. I don't know, just a thought. One of my biggest gripes about, well, A, the battery goes flat on the phone. B, if in emergency I needed my phone, if it was an accident I'd had or a breakdown, my battery's flat, I'm stuck. And C, really, why does this eat the battery on my phone? My Beeline I can run all day without even touching the phone. It doesn't hardly use any power out of the phone. Yet it's both done by Google Maps, so I just don't understand why it's using so much. It's a shame, really. I've seen a lot of guys taking them off and putting a clock in its place or something, but don't know. I think if it worked good enough, well, it does work good enough. If it wasn't so reliant on the battery in my phone, I'd be dead happy with it. I'd probably take the quad lock off, because like this, using your phone can be a pain. You pull up at the fuel station, you fill up, you've got to take your phone off, take it into the petrol station with you. This, you don't, it's fixed. As soon as the ignition's gone off, it just shows up as a clock anyway. Nobody's going to steal that. But if anybody thinks it's a sat nav or something, it's likely to go missing, but nobody would on this. But I've not really looked into it, if anybody's come up with an idea of how you can power this thing without it killing your phone off. No, if anybody's got any ideas about it, please leave a comment down in the comment section for me, because if I was able to get it working properly, I'd be chuffed to hell. Yeah, they're not as good as a sat nav, or they're not as good as Google Maps on your phone. If I was to go around this next corner and there'd been an accident or something and the traffic was backed up, I'm just stuck. If I didn't know where I was going, what do you do? Like on your Google Maps on your phone, you can actually see, oh, if I go up here, up this hill, the road actually loops around and I can miss this out. You can't do that on this. All you can do is follow the arrows. I have been the other side of Bulgaria, the motor goes to California, 1400, and I went right through Burgas, I think it was. Big city. Found my way through there, no trouble. One of the things I do notice though, every now and then this will just turn into a compass. It's like a thing that spins around, which isn't bad when I'm just tootling down this road here, but when you're in town in a big city and there's like 4 lanes in the city and you're not sure where you're going, and all of a sudden this thing starts spinning round, by the time it's redone itself you might have gone past your road end, plus you get a bit of a panic thinking, Christ, where am I going? That's the pros and cons of it really, but so it does work, but it does show roundabouts. It's like at the moment it's showing me 6.3 kilometres to my next turning, 16.4 kilometres before I reach my destination, which will be home today. So yeah, it's working fine. I could live with it anyway. I suppose if you're used to Google Maps or you're used to a sat nav, you find this difficult. Like this, I can't see petrol station on this. I'm not sure if you can go into the apps and all for that. I'll have to have a look, but I don't use it enough. This is the trouble. I like to see Google Maps, petrol stations, maybe restaurants to get something to eat when I'm out on a big ride. Or like I went to Romania last year on the Honda, did transfer garrison, and that wasn't such an easy place to find restaurants. Yeah, I was using Google Maps and it pointed out where the restaurants was and where the fuel stations was, because that can be a bit worrying. This wouldn't do. Well, I don't think this would do, so I'll have a look into it. But if you let me know, you guys who's got the Himalayans, I think it was on Euro 4 they put these on. I'm not sure if it's still on the latest one, or even the new 450s. If you guys have got the new 450s and your trip meters in your clock, see how you're getting on with it. What do you think about it? Or do you think a sat nav's better? Or do you think, you know, your phone with Google Maps on? You know, leave a comment, let me know. My downfalls on using my phone, if I have a mishap and the phone got broke, I'm knackered, aren't I? You've got no contact with home. You know, if I'm in a big ride out, even somewhere the other side of the country from here, or even worse, if I've been in Romania and I can't ring home, it's not good. Like, you know, when I do a big ride out and I'm not coming home for a day or a couple of days, always like to keep in contact with the wife so she knows I'm okay. If the phone's broke, you're fucked really, aren't you? Like a sat nav, it's the same really, I think, isn't it? You've got to take it off when you go to a fuel station, surely, or you go into a shop, or if you stop for lunch and you're going to sit down in a restaurant for half an hour. You know, do you take your sat nav off? Do you leave it on? Anyway, I'm sure this is going to get me home. I know it will have used a quarter of my battery at least by the time I got home. This. Now, if you're out all day, I don't know. There must be somebody that uses this regular. Is there anybody that's been out all day? I mean, morning till sort of evening, using this? If you have, let me know. And how much battery did he use? I know my phone's a few years old now, but the battery's still reasonably good, I think. Seems to work for everything else. Right, anyway. There's no point you keep looking. Oh, there we go, look. That's what I'm on about. You know, what's all that about? My phone won't have lost its signal here. There, it's back again. Now, if that was in the town, I could have gone past my turn off. And if you're in a big city, that's a nightmare. You can't always turn round. Or it could have even been a slip road on the junction. I've gone past it. How far have I got to go before I can turn round again? Anyway, there's no point me keeping it running until I get home for you. You can see how it works or doesn't work. I've explained my do's and don'ts and whys and whatever. I've asked you a few questions. You can let me know. So, if you thought it was useful, please click like, big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, leave any comments down below, and as usual I will read them all and I always answer them all, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.